Hi, on January 11th this year, 11 new Bitcoin ETFs launched all in the same day. Kind of reminded me of back in, 2004 to 2008, we had new ETFs launching almost every week. So it was kind of exciting to see launch really of a new asset class available through ETFs. Some of the largest players were iShares, ticker IBIT, Fidelity's, FBTC ticker, and then the Bitwise BITB. Unusual to have, I think, 11 launch at the same time, but honestly, there's been a lot of applications rejected, so probably at this point, that was the fairest way to issue a new ETF for all the issuers. How do we choose a Bitcoin ETF? So we're going to choose a Bitcoin ETF kind of the same way we choose any other ETF. I would focus on price. They all hold the exact same thing, so how cheap can you get it? It'll vary from, some funds are offering 6 months of free, no charges as they try to gather assets. Then fees will reset to either around 0.12% all the way up to 1.5%. So as you're searching for which Bitcoin ETF to purchase, make sure you pay attention to the price. You should also pay attention to volume. So another way you can pay a fee is between the bid and the ask spread. So the bid versus the ask. On the first day of trading, I was kind of monitoring that. I noticed that the spreads went anywhere from 2 pennies, all the way up to 40 cents in some cases. So just be careful that you're trading in a Bitcoin ETF that has plenty of volume so that your spread gets really tight. The other thing is the size of the fund. So we've already seen one fund closure since we opened up. So the VanEck ETF, Bitcoin ETF, didn't gain much interest, so they shut it down. So therefore, I would stick to probably the iShares, Fidelity, Bitwise ETFs. You know that they have the size to be able to stay open. Typically, anything over 100 million has historically been pretty safe. I think most of the ETFs are now above that for Bitcoin. Another one is the quality of the issuer. Again, iShares, Fidelity, Bitwise are all well known in the space, have issued, well, Bitwise is mostly just crypto, but everything else for Fidelity and iShares or BlackRock has launched very well. They have very few fund closures. So you're safe as a retail investor, I think, investing through those companies. I will say that, Bitcoin ETF brings some validity to the whole crypto Bitcoin discussion, in that you can buy a Bitcoin ETF. You know that your password's not going to get stolen, right? Which is how we were buying it at the beginning. We know that there's regulations around how ETFs can trade, things that happen in the creation and redemption process of ETFs that are highly regulated. However, just remember that crypto as a industry is still not regulated. Bitcoin is probably your safest bet in the crypto space, but it's also very volatile in price. Since the issue of the ETFs, we've seen a price decline. It has nothing to do with the ETFs. It just, there's been a decline a little bit in the market since then, but also in the crypto space overall. So even with a launch of billions of dollars flowing into these ETFs, we still haven't seen a rise in Bitcoin just because the ETF was created at this point. Also should note that new asset classes are exciting. I mean, this is the first asset class created in my lifetime. So I would say just proceed with caution. I would keep your total investment in Bitcoin or any crypto for that matter below 2% of your total investment portfolio. If it does really well and hits some of the high standards that everyone has for it over the next 10, 15, 20 years, then that's going to be a great added benefit to your portfolio. By some chance, if it went to zero, it's not going to affect your retirement overall projection. So just invest with caution. Right now, Wiser Wealth Management is not including crypto inside of our portfolios. It's something that we're still analyzing and reviewing and becoming experts in. But at this time, we're waiting for more regulation to come into the industry before we feel safe for having it in the portfolios. But we review this every single month in our investment policy meetings, and it is a topic of conversation. So be safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.